Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are watching the 100. This episode 8 of the first season. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying the series so far. Personally, I think it's been fantastic. I'm really excited to see how it goes. You know, I'm very intrigued with the ground people. You know, I like the storylines that are going on with the people in camp. Bellamy, you know, he's really impressed me in the last 3 episodes. So has OCTAVIA, to be honest. And I'm really liking the relationship that's happening with the groundsman. Now, do you know what's funny is, there's not really a relationship, but there is a relationship. I don't even know. The guy's not even said anything apart from thank you, which was little mumbled right at the end of the episode, because all of last episode he was being tortured by Bellamy because Finn's life was on the line. Yes, it was. You know, he was stabbed and obviously he was bleeding out. We had Clarke there with the help of Raven, who managed to contact the Ark, speaking to her mum. You know, Abby was feeding her information. She was trying to do the procedure. They managed to pull the knife out. Luckily, hurricane hit. She ended up going flying, yanked it out, but it didn't actually hit any arteries or anything. So that was a success. Then obviously she stitched him up, but then he started foaming at the mouth. He was shaking, having a seizure. Turned out obviously on the blade that was stabbed, he was poisoned. Now obviously upstairs where they've got him tied up, literally like this, mate, on ropes, they was whipping him, they was, you know, like punching him, abusing him. He was bleeding. They was asking him questions constantly, you know, where are you from, who are you, why have you got this book? Now in this little diary that he's been carrying, he's got a drawing of OCTAVIA that he's done, which is impressive, with a little quill. He's got the camp that's been sketched out. He's got the 102 numbers of people that have been on the book, and 10 of them are crossed off, obviously deaths. And obviously they're trying to find out, like, why is he doing this and how many more of them are there, and are they a threat? Now obviously, like, I thought it was interesting because there was 2 conflicting kind of personalities up there. You had Bellamy, who was trying to beat and, you know, like, rip this information out of him, and you had OCTAVIA, who was there saying, don't hurt him, don't, you know what I mean, he's not a bad guy, he was trying to save us. We also had, at first, we had Clarke up there as well, saying this is not the type of people we are not killers, we are not, you know, murderers, we are the people that are here to try and survive, and we need these people on the ground, if they've lived here, you know, longer than us, to, you know, to help us. But obviously all this has just been thrown out the window once Finn has obviously been found that he's been poisoned. They know that there's an antidote. They found a little box that he's got that's got full of different I know, like, different cylinders of liquids. They don't know which one it is that's the antidote, and they've been asking him, he's not telling them. Raven's gone up, she's zapping him with electricity. It's probably the first time he's ever seen it, to be honest. You know, he's going through so much pain. We had Bellamy, was whipping him with like this big rope thing. It was mad. And you know, they ended up getting something and stabbing it right through his hand, and he still didn't speak. It was crazy. But then when OCTAVIA did pick the knife up and cut herself, straight away the guy looked down and he was like nodding, like that one, and they've gone down and they give it Finn, and he actually, you know, he's okay now, which is good. It's a success. So again, it's very interesting because you can see the connection growing between OCTAVIA and this guy. Now, like I said, he's not really said any words apart from thank you, and it was right at the very end, and then she got ushered away because you know, she wasn't supposed to be up there at Bellamy's orders. So I'm really excited to see obviously what we do in today's episode, how we progress forward obviously with their storylines, if any of the more grounds, you know, the grounders come to try and save him, but also on the Ark as well. You know, we've got the council, they're voting to come back down to earth, but the interesting thing is, he said that there's like 2,100 people on the Ark, but they've only got enough capacity for 700 people to safely go down. So how are they going to pick that? You know what I mean? It's going to be mad. But also, I would say that you just throw every single person onto a ship, and if you die on the way down, you die. You know what I mean? It's your choice. But to be honest, yeah, you can drop 700 down, and then the oxygen levels probably would be okay for the rest of the remaining people. But I guess it's going to be their choice to make, and it's going to be interesting to see what is actually chosen. So if you do enjoy today's episode, please smash a like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, let's jump into today's episode.
Did you talk to the Ark?
Told Diggsmall in the news. John's dad. I'm supposed to talk to Roma's parents later.
Thanks for doing that.
We're a lot scarier when you had that face paint on.
Yeah. Took him out till tied up.
There's an old emergency aid depot not far from the landing site.
In addition to supplies, it could provide shelter for the 100 and for the citizens coming down from the Ark. I'd like a moment with Clarke alone, please. And I know there is a line of parents waiting to talk to their kids.
I know you both think that betraying my dad was an unavoidable tragedy, but I don't see it that way, and I never will. So just tell me who's next, and let someone who actually wants to talk to their parents have a turn.
Like, literally, who is this guy? Oh.
Where's my mom?
I have a problem and I think you can help me fix it. And in return, I can guarantee your mom a spot on the first first dropship.
What do you want me to do?
Kill Bellamy and Blake.
Well, that was obvious, wasn't it? Do you know what I mean? That was so obvious. Now, it's going to be interesting to see because Bellamy is running the camp. Now, this guy's got a lot to lose, hasn't he? But I can't remember his name. Is he like commander now or whatever? But he, yeah, has got, well, his life to lose pretty much. He tried to kill the, Chancellor and it didn't work. And now, obviously, he's trying to kill Bellamy so that he can't expose that information that he was the one that gave him the order. Now, again, very interesting when you think of Clarke. She's cold shouldering her mum. She said she'll never forgive him. I've got to sympathise in that certain way. Your last episode, I said she was annoying me because she wasn't trying to listen to the whole information. But then I also have to say, if, say, my mum got my dad killed, I would never really forgive that. And if my dad got my mum killed, I would never forgive that. I would, in time, build the relationship back up with them and I would talk to them because they are my mum and I do love them, but I would never forget and forgive that action that took place to kill my other parent. Do you know what I mean? So I understand where she's coming from in that aspect, but I also think that you have to look at situations and desperate times call for desperate measures. Do you know what I'm saying? Sometimes in war, you can have an enemy, but you need to become an ally for a certain situation, for a certain day. For example, you throw everything behind and you focus on the one task that you got at hand, and then you can go back to hating. And that's like here, she needs to figure out that, her mum's trying to help and she just needs to speak to her, get it out the way, and then just move on.
Not moving until you let me up there to see him.
I let him live. Isn't that enough?
He saved my life. And yours.
I know you see it that way, but...
That's the way it is. Why do you even care if I ruined your life? You should want me to go up there. Maybe you'll get lucky and he'll kill me.
He didn't mean that. He didn't mean it in that way at all.
The ARC found some old records that show a supply depot not too far from here. I'm gonna go check it out. I could use backup.
Why are you asking me?
Well, because right now I don't feel like being around anyone I actually like.
It's been days since Bellamy captured him. How long till his friends come looking?
For that time, we'll ever get from hypothermia.
I'm gonna be out of camp today. Can you change his bandages in a few hours?
It's not safe out there.
Finn, Clark's a big girl. She can take care of herself.
Jealousy's kicking in. Look at that.
Let's get a move on.
I can't wait for her to go up there. He must know she's going up there. You had to be an idiot to think she wasn't going to go up there, innit?
We don't have a lot of time.
Close her heart, go on, twist it.
My brother's been keeping me away. He's a total dick, which you probably already figured out.
He can understand. He does understand.
I knew it. This is all my fault because I freaked out so bad when you locked me up in that cave. You'd totally understand why if you knew how I grew up.
My name?
Yes, go on, lad.
Lincoln.
I'm Octavia.
It's not safe for us to talk.
Why did you tell me your name?
I want you to remember me after I'm dead.
Out now.
Bellamy's not even here.
Get out, or he gets the beating I've been aching.
I'm gone.
I think Lincoln sounds like a manly name, me. Like, it does fit, I don't know, like his body physique, bald skinhead sort of thing. Yeah, I'm Lincoln. But, I am the enemy. You know what I mean? He didn't say, oh, we're not here to not hurt you. You know what I mean? It's like, I am the enemy, mate. You should be scared. Nah, that's good. I actually like their connection. For some reason, every time they're together, it makes me feel good. That sounds daft, that, but that's what it does. So I'm excited. Now, to be honest, yeah, before Lincoln, I wanted her and Jasper to be together. Jasper's not really been in it, and neither's Monte. And I think they do have good potential, and they should not be killed. They should not be killed. I want them to be in the show as recurring / become main further down the line because there is 7 seasons, so we can utilize them. But right now, I'm fully invested in Octavia and this guy, proper invested in it. And do you know what? I think these two are getting together as well. I called it earlier on in the season, but I still think it. I don't know. Sometimes opposites attract. They can bounce off each other. It brings the personalities out. I think that these two will be good together.
The depot's supposed to be around here somewhere.
There's gotta be a door.
Maybe he'll be lenient.
Look, I shot the man, Clarke. He's not just gonna forgive and forget. Let's just split up, cover more ground.
Finn was dying. I'm not gonna apologize for doing what I had to do.
Yeah, that is true.
Come all the way down here to find out your boyfriend is into somebody else.
I'm not doing this with you. I've been waiting since they locked you up on the ark. Your hair's supposed to be resting.
This guy could walk straight up to Bellamy. You could just say, yeah, you're right, Bellamy, I've just gone for a walk. What are you up to? Walk over, stab him.
Hell of a place to die.
Innit? It's a wound of that, innit?
They must have distributed most of the supplies before the last bombs went off.
weapons. To be honest, they need them now, right now, because they're getting taken out, aren't they?
Fresh air? Trees? You're acting weird.
What's he at?
Weird, but in a good way.
I like how the distortion of the camera. The guy's obviously took something that's giving a bit of a high. What is it? Please, someone's head pop. Oh, there's one there. Or is he paranoid? Face is coming right there. Oh. I wonder what they've eaten. That's interesting. But, yeah, he has found the weapons, and now I would say it's a necessity to take it back because they are being taken out one by one, and they don't know that Lincoln can speak and, you know, why they're here. And he said they are the enemy, and they have got the advantage. It's home turf, pretty much, isn't it? Let's be honest. They've lived in these woods for God knows how long. But these weapons would help. Now, they can't just waste the bullets, like when that Jaguar come and they shot it. You know, that was a full clip and then it was gone. They need to use it on humans. I understand if an animal comes and your life's at risk. When you're on your last dying breath and you need to shoot it, that's when. But, like, people can take it out with spears and stuff like that. Where the humans, it's different. Do you know what I mean? They could take you out silently, chase after you, they hunt you down, work in packs and teams. You need that.
Jasper, there's no one there.
Right there! We have to run, we have to run. Why isn't anyone doing it?
Stop it! Shut up! Jasper, are you on something?
Is this all you've eaten today?
It is, but who the hell cares now?
What is it? Like, what actually is that? Where have they got it from?
Thought you might be hungry. A peace offering.
This changes everything.
Don't waste a bullet. Don't waste a bullet. Oh, there you go.
My bullets are dust. Try yours.
That's not bad, that, actually. She's left-handed.
That was amazing. Bellamy, what's going on? You've been acting weird all day. You're gonna run. That's why you agreed to come with me.
Oh, is that what it is?
And just disappear.
No choice.
Of course you do.
Keep practicing. I need some air.
He's hallucinating. I actually want Bellamy to be taken.
You're on the Ark.
You shot me on the Ark. Unlike the others, I survived your treachery. You knew that they would be sacrificed.
I didn't know that would happen.
It's not my forgiveness you should seek.
We've got The Walking Dead coming now. Camera work's been pretty good this episode. I've enjoyed it. Oh, she's back on the art. Oh, Dad.
You're not real, are you?
Yeah, why is it happening? Do you forgive Mum?
Because I miss you.
If he can forgive her, so can you. That's what he's going to say.
You want me to forgive her?
Like I've written the show, isn't it? You know what I mean?
A disappointed look isn't fair. I'm trying all the time.
I know, honey. You've been tough, Anna.
She doesn't deserve my forgiveness.
Crazy bitch.
Just dress.
They'll know you helped me. I'm not gonna put you in danger.
We need to do this now.
What'd you do?
Set up some of our winter rations a little early.
Joe be nuts. The food you gave my guard, they go bad. They cause visions, but it wears off.
Just try to get as far away as you can.
Hey, she has fell for him, hasn't she? She proper fell for him. What, right? Before we go into the final bits, I've got a wish. Yeah, this is my wish. I said it with Charlotte, and I said it with Murphy. I want people to go away and then come back different. And like, what I would actually like to happen is she goes away with him, realizes that they're not actually that bad. They're not actually bad. And she becomes part of their camp. And then we return with more people / her being, I don't know, more of a grounder / warrior dressed like him. So, for example, how sick would it look if she had like the war paint stripes on her face, you know what I mean? She had the black marks, she had the tattoos on her body. She was with them as a team. Different style of clothes, not these clothes like the ones that they, you know, like he's got kind of like the furry stuff going on, the bones. She would look sick. And like, the thing is, you could say that these are her people, but they're not. So, for example, if I found out that Earth was going to get destroyed now and I got thrown on a ship and took to Mars, right? And I landed there and I found out that other people was living on Mars. Like, I have no loyalty towards the people I've gone to Mars with. just because they're humans and I am as well. Like, do you know what I mean? I lived on this earth. Like, if I found out that they was better people than us, then I would associate with myself with them as well. And if they didn't let me, like these people, then I wouldn't really speak to him. Like, the thing is, she's got no loyalty towards him. And if she likes him and realises that the grounders are actually not bad, then if she wants to be a grounder, then be a grounder. I'd be excited for that. Do you know what I mean? I don't know, man. I'm interested. I want somebody to swap sides. That's what I want. Whether it's her, whether it's Clarke, do you know what I mean? Whether it's Murphy, I need somebody to become a grounder and come back to the camp, like, as an enemy or a threat and dress different. I think it'd be sick.
You are the most beautiful broom in a broom closet of brooms.
Oh, he's letting him go. See what I mean? And he was stabbed as well.
I can't fight anymore! You want the piece of death, then you're gonna have to earn it. Nothing personal.
Put it down, Dax.
Walk away now, and I won't kill you.
Whoa. Whoa. Yo, I've never seen that before. He got stabbed with a bullet, not shot with a bullet.
My mother, she raised me to be better, to be good. And all I do is hurt people.
You saved my life today. I need you. We all need you. But you can't run, Bellamy. You have to face it.
Like you faced your mom.
Oh, absolutely dominated.
Can we figure it out later?
Whenever you're ready.
I'd love Lincoln to just run past him, but they're too weak to even move. Do you know what I mean? He's just running off, holding himself like that. Do you know what, right? I'm sick of this Jaha BS about him coming to Earth and being the fucking leader. Do you know what, right? I would literally say, this is my town. I am the person in charge. You might have ruled the Ark, but this is Earth. This is ours. And we make the rules. So you come down here, you're not in charge no more. You can't come down here and pretend that you're the authority. We're in charge, yeah? That guy, Griffin, Finn, Raven, me. We're all ranked ahead of you. We're the council. You are the people that are living here. You coming down, this is our rules. No one gets floated, yeah? Nobody gets punished. Nobody does this. Nobody does that. You are not making any decisions around here. You have to earn that position. That's what I would say. Do you know what I mean? Like, he can't come down here and instruct death because it's not his place to instruct. New place, new laws, new people. So that's what I would say. That's the first thing I would say. I'm like, I don't give a shit what your ranking was before. You start in blank ground zero. Everybody's equal. We're the people in charge.
Head, killing me. You?
Sure ate a pine cone.
The grounder's gone! Let the grounders come. We've been afraid of them for far too long. I'm tired of being afraid.
These are weapons, okay, not toys. And we have to be prepared to give them up to the guard when the dropships come.
Who else knows that he ran off, like, purposely was allowed? Is it just Octavia she thinks she knows and Finn he thinks he knows? Is he going to go and speak to Jaha now? It's time, son.
That grounder escaping. Is that you?
Blatantly say yeah.
I had nothing to do with it.
Mr. Blake, I've wanted to talk to you for some time now.
He's one of us. And he deserves to be pardoned of his crimes, just like the rest of us.
But it's not that simple.
It is.
Yes, it is. It is that simple.
The Ark wants you dead.
You're pardoned for your crimes.
He didn't even tell him who it was.
Tell me who gave you the gun. You're a disgrace.
He's working with that woman with the blonde hair, do you reckon?
Rifles are not the same as nukes.
In Bellamy's hands, they are. You can't predict what he's gonna do.
There's no perfect answer, Finn.
You and Bellamy are leading us down a dangerous road.
The dynamic, man.
I thought I was about to float.
You are. I knew that. It was her. Ah, she's a bitch, isn't she? I'd love her to get caught and absolutely killed in front of everybody. Literally tied up just like we had Lincoln and everybody get a good little whipping before killing her. But, you know, interesting. I liked the this episode in terms of like how they done it with you know, with the hallucinations. It was interesting because as soon as it went to Clark's, I knew that her dad was going to say forgive her mum. Just knew it. It's obvious. And you know, like you say, you don't have to like forgive, but like you can move past it. You could just move on. I said that earlier on, i.e. like you can always hold it in that you blame your mum for it, but like it doesn't benefit anybody. In the situation you're in now and the situation they're in, everybody's got to be united. And like I said, I use the example that sometimes two rivals can put a feud aside to be united and you know, like together and become, you know, like allies, so to speak, to beat a bigger cause. And then after it, then you can go back to not talking. So like right now, if she needs to be a doctor, she needs to feed information, she needs to help them get down to earth, do all of it. And then when you get down to earth, cold shoulder her then. Do you know what I'm saying? But right now, you need to be an asset and you all need to work as one. Now, the interesting thing is that obviously Lincoln, which I think is a good name, has been let free. And I personally, like I said a little bit earlier on, would like somebody, whether it's OCTAVIA or any other random person, Murphy, to actually be taken in as one of the grounders and become one, dress like one, war paint on, change the way they think. Do you know what I mean? Like, just because you're the human and just because you come from the Ark doesn't mean you have to like the people that are there, and it doesn't mean that you have to agree with how they want to live their life compared to the grounders. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, the grounders could have a better camp, the people could be okay, they might not be like killers, it might just be like The Walking Dead, for example. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, the world comes of zombies, you've got little factions that happen all over the place. They're not bad people, it's just that when you do see the other people, instantly you're enemies, and you want to make sure that your camp is the safest camp. And it doesn't mean that once you kind of get taken by another one that they're actually bad people, it's just that they don't trust you. So, like, you've got to earn that trust. And then when you do get that trust, you realise that they're not too bad. Does that make sense? Hopefully it does. So, like, they could have kept Lincoln for a long time and then realised, actually, this guy's fine. The only reason why he was attacking us because he was afraid of us the way that we're afraid of him, because we're both two separate people, two separate camps, two separate, like, lives have been lived, and we know different things. He knows everything about Earth. We know everything about the Ark / technology and stuff. Conflict of like interests, but like I like how he can speak English, and I like how Finn let him run away. Do you know what I mean? Like I said, if I was him, I would have required a lot of information to say that these people that come from the Ark are not actually bad. Yes, they've attacked me and beaten me up, but there's a reason. Every reason, like, they've done it a total justification. But you know, I want to know if he runs back and tells his camp. Looked like he, last episode was it, when he saved OCTAVIA when everybody was getting killed, like, wasn't a fan of how they was killing everyone. He kind of went rogue. So it's interesting. Has he been exiled or has he not? And is he part of them? And where is it? Where's their camp? Why have they got the horns, you know, like he was blowing? What is it that they're signalling to everybody? You know what I mean? I am excited, and you know, the prospect of more grounders that can actually speak English, because it's been confirmed, is one of the more entertaining things of the show, in my opinion. You've got the Ark, you've got the grounders, you've got here the 100, and you've got a couple of relationships building. So there is high potential. Okay, and that's going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Now, you know, the people in the Ark, yes, they've just pardoned. Yeah, they've pardoned Bellamy. And, like, it looks like another bit of weight has been lifted off his shoulders. And he's given them vital information of who the snitch is in there. But now there's another one, obviously confirmed. The woman that we seen last episode that's now got a seat back on the council. She's trying to take charge, you know, it's obvious. She wanted him dead so that she could come back. Now, the interesting thing is, I was saying that once they return to Earth, they should have no power at all. Like, I would have literally said that you have got no say. This is not your planet. You know what I mean? You have got no rules. Yes, you could come to Earth, and yes, it is habitable. But if you're not going to let us take charge, and you're not going to let us be the council and live by how we decide, then you get your own little colony over there. Don't land in our forest. Land over there, mate. A million miles away. I don't want to see you. You know what I mean? The Earth's a massive place. You don't have to come together. If you're not going to live by our rules and our way of life, then get your own somewhere else. We've done our bit. You sent us down to die. We survived. We give you information which you didn't have to have. That Earth is habitable, so now we've actually saved you. So you pardon us, you let us live, you do what you want. And if people want to join, you go for it. I'm not going to stop it. You know what I mean? I'm not here to force people and force my agenda. And but that's obviously not going to happen. That's what I would do anyway. I would make everybody that's part on the ground right now as the leaders. But it's interesting, obviously, like we've just seen there, that somebody's trying to take charge. And what is her agenda? I.e., you know, that guy who's just been killed at the end, he said that he was doing it for what he believed in. Like, what he believed in was what that woman, obviously, it's her cause, but like, what's she trying to get to? Now, we learned last episode that they only had enough space for 700 people, and he was like 2,100, like, on the ship. So does she want just her people, you know, the working people, to go down there? You know, what is her agenda? What's she trying to achieve? Again, like I said, if I could pick, I would like, to me, a fantastic season, again, and I'll keep saying it, is that somebody gets taken or somebody joins the Grounders, and then we have single episodes. So like, it could be 3 or 4 episodes on the bounce of nothing to do with Bellamy, Clarke, Finn, you know, Jasper, Monte, nothing to do with them, something to do with Lincoln, his crew, his people, who's got taken by him, who's joined him, and the whole camp of the Grounders. I would be fascinated by that, because there's so many people and so much going on. You can have a whole episode on the Ark, you can have a whole episode with the 100, you can have a whole episode with the Grounders. I would love to see how they live, how they get the food, like, you know, like, how do they get the clothes, you know, is there loads of them, is the kids, is the, you know, how have they survived for so long? There could be so much, honestly. Like, I'd be excited to see that side of it. Just like, obviously, if you go to The Walking Dead, you got Rick and his crew, and then obviously you've got, you know, remember the governor? He come in, he had his crew. Obviously, they got both clashed heads and they fought. But then, obviously, you've got Negan. Do you know what I mean? You have all their little factions, and you can focus like heavily a lot of the episode on them. Now, I'm very intrigued with the Grounders, and I think that it's obviously got, like I said, massive potential, and I would like to see more of them, and to spend more time on their background, where they're from, what they're trying to do, what they want to achieve, what's their plan. You know what I mean? Imagine if you got one episode of like Bellamy and Clarke, like, right, we need these guns, we're training, and then like you got a flip, you know, and the rest of the episode was the Grounders on this side, like, yo, they've got weapons, you know, like, what we're gonna do, how we're gonna take them out, what's that, you know, their perspective of their camp, the way we're getting that camp's perspective of the Grounders. It would be exciting. And then you could have him in the background, Lincoln, like, they're not actually that bad, don't take them all out, that guy with the long hair's okay, and OCTAVIA, right, we're going to kill them all. And then he's on this other side, like, nah, mate, getting his own little plan together to try and save them. I don't know. I just think that is interesting. I would love to see their perspective of the camp, the way we get in the camp's perspective of them. But hopefully we get that, obviously, later on down the line. Thanks for checking out today's episode. If you did enjoy it, please smash the like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.